I'm cold. Should I just keep this focused on one thing today? Maybe I should. But yeah, so this guy needs a base. Well, he's got a base. Like, it exists. I've got it. It's just obviously not, that's not good. That would not be good. This is a much better example of what I typically do for basing with sand and glass. Actually, so we're gonna do the first stage of this today on the base. That first stage winds up looking something like this. So sand and little bits of this green glass is what will be on there. So obviously I'm just gonna stay away from the holes, which is usually not hard for me. First, clean the air. I would normally do this with super glue, but for today I am not in a rush, so we're just gonna use some tacky glue and get some of that down. This should be just like icing a cake, the one your mom made for me. That should be enough. You can always go for round 2 if it doesn't work out. I already did. Got it in the hole. I'm just gonna spread that out on there. It'll be fine. Let's just get it on the holes. That's the way your mom likes it anyway. I would know. Okay, so we got some glue down. For basing sand, I usually have this combo of a giant monster lid and straw, but that's really for much smaller minis. So, okay, we're going big time here. Just gonna get it all over there. It's more than we need, definitely. Now we gotta tap this off. Okay, thoroughly iced there, and now we got some rocks. For rocks, I like to use these bits of broken glass. I get these from the Dollar Tree, and they work really nice because they have these nice, like, jagged edges to them. Yeah.
They have testing things.
Okay. Did I? Okay. Anyway, they have really nice edges, which actually works well for my technique. This makes them look more like rocks than actual rocks do at this scale. So now on a normal base, I would put these down first, but I want to try putting them down second. Got glue right there, and leave that sit. There has to be a simpler way. You're wondering why my hands are shaking. It's because the bottle just has to be squeezed really hard. There. So, yep, that, I'm still not used to the camera being in my way. Paint it white. There we go. That'll work. Here's another example of what this technique looks like in the end. You can see those edges on the glass pieces come out really nicely. This is intended to be a sort of objective marker terrain piece thing, which I know not everybody's a fan of, but yeah. I also have some of these bigger pieces of broken glass or bigger rocks. These are actually meant for like a fire pit is what these are for. Probably use a few of these. Glue on there, get a good amount. I think they'd look better next to each other. This guy's got some interesting edges. There we go, that's not bad. And number 3. This dude looks like a skateboard ramp. Don't think I can really put this one to use. Maybe something kind of like here. Let's drop in some of these little guys again. There's quite a bit of glue there, so I think we'll add a little bit of sand on top of that just so that it doesn't look like it's just literally goop. So that's where she's gonna go on there. But yeah, so okay, we're running into our first minor problem here, which is that I'm an idiot. And that's why we use tacky glue, kids. I can just slide that over, and now, no problem. I do actually like the idea of the claw being up there. That's not a problem. I don't mind that. Yeah, let's rearrange around this though a little bit. That should be over the... This is why you stay in school, kids. I went to school. You have no hope. Put them all in like exactly the wrong place. It's actually these guys that are maybe going to be a little more pesky. I need to kind of shift that way a little. Yeah, we're doing without getting any glue on this guy. He's not finished being painted yet, so that's better. That's better. One area we could add to is right here, but I don't know if I want to, actually. I kind of like, ooh, I do like that. That's fine there. We'll make this work. Let's grab some skulls. Let's see, what are we gonna get? You can't put Tyranids on a Tyranid base. Unless it's that one Hive Fleet that eats other Hive Fleets. Tell me in the comments if you know which one that is. That's more like it. Hive Fleet Kronos fights Chaos, so maybe a little World Eater skull. That could be kind of fun. You know what? I think Death Guard might be better. Contrasting colors. There's that little dude. I think back here would be a good place. Real quick, let's make sure that we clean up that spot. Not the end of the world, because this is just going to be a basing bit. We can nestle him in right there next to those rocks. Looks a little placed, but some sand to cover up that glue. And we've got a little orphan rock here. Let's see if we can find a home for you, little guy. For every like this video gets, an orphan rock will be given a home. If you don't like this video, you are heartless. Okay, so that's phase 1. We gotta let this dry before we come in to give it a prime and then paint the detail from there. Awesome. This guy is from my son's Kronos Tyranids army. Let me know what you think of the paint job, because I just kind of winged it myself. A few little details still to be added on this model, but it's needed a base for a while. There we go. Like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. The Hive Mind demands it. Subscribe. You will subscribe to the channel.